Hello, this is Brian with Counselor, and this is the new feature summary for February 2018. We'll start here with the changes that are specific to the Counselor Connect system. So first off here, we have the floating toolbar, which is, as you likely know, is part of the patient visit screen. You now have the option to remove the floating toolbar. To do so, you go under Administration, and under Visit Setup, click Checklist. There's a new option here called Visit Toolbar, where you can check or uncheck this to decide whether or not you wish to show the floating toolbar. Now, by default, it will be checked, so you will need to go in there and remove it if you want that to be gone. Once you have unchecked it or checked it, whichever the case may be, go ahead and click Save, and it will lock in that change. All right. Now we'll move on to the changes specific for Counselor Complete OMS. First off, the to-do list. You now have the ability to track tasks that you have assigned. So if you bring open the task list here, the to-do list, what we're going to see is that off to the right, there is a filter that's labeled Assigned by Me. So as you likely know from these different filters, you can check or uncheck these depending on what you wish to see. This new one will enable you, as I mentioned, to see tasks that you have assigned to other people or tasks that you have made clinic-wide, right, that you've assigned. So it enables you to track not only tasks that are assigned to you, but those you've assigned to other people as well. All right, moving forward here, there now is an option to apply payment. So let's go ahead and bring open a sample patient here and a sample invoice. Essentially what this enables you to do is to take a payment and then distribute that payment. So you can say basically that, all right, there is $180 due for this patient. Let's just say we're going to take an insurance payment because I believe this was related to some services. Yes, there are services involved. So we'll say, okay, let's pick our insurance company. We'll just randomly pick one here. Okay. And let's say this is via check. So we'll just go through the whole process here. And let's say, obviously many times there are adjustments and things, but for the sake of this example, we'll just say they paid the full amount by some miracle. And from there, we can go ahead and apply the payment. So how much goes to each area? So we'll say that, let's see, we'll just say they paid the full amount. There we go. There we go. And then once we click Add, that's going to apply the portion of those payments to those specific line items. You're then able to view those, that specific data in the line item report generator. So later on, if you want to see how much was paid on a specific item, you can go back and view that data. All right. Moving forward, regarding the dashboard widgets. Now, there's a whole bunch of changes here, and some that I think will really help with the efficiency of the overall dashboard. So if I go back and click on dashboard here, you now have the ability to set up your own dashboard views. And what that means is that as it's been currently, all the widgets that you select are in one long screen, right? Which has the upside of everything in one place, but the downside of it can take things a bit longer to load because there's a lot of data involved with those dashboard widgets. And also you have to scroll, right? But instead, you can now group them. You can create your own dashboards by clicking on the plus sign off to the right. Okay, you can label the dashboard whatever you want and then choose the specific widgets and the order in which you want to see those widgets. You also have the option, if you want to just say add all of these, you could just click select all, it'll put them all in the number one position, and then you can reorganize if needed. Okay. One thing to note with these dashboard views, I'm going to go ahead and return back to the dashboard here, is that the number of widgets per view is limited to 9. The goal there, like I said, is to keep the dashboard nice and efficient. So for example, if I want to see all the widgets related to my devices, nice and quick, there are 8 that I've assigned for the devices. If I want to look at specific appointments, there are 5 I've assigned, and it allows you to jump through. Now, if you want to edit any of these, you would simply click the Configure Widget Setup. That'll open up that view, and now I can see I'm in my appointments view. This is the order I've placed. Maybe I want to add one, remove one. You can go from there, of course. Okay. Now, please note that all the widgets that you've had up until now are still available in the same order under My Dashboard. The idea though would be that eventually you probably would get rid of My Dashboard, or at least so you might limit it down. What's probably going to happen is what we recommend is that you continue to add more views and you specialize them. So you can target the specific widgets you want to view, and at the end of that, My Dashboard's probably, like I said, is going to be that large overview of the widgets. You probably don't need any more. You could jump in there and go ahead and delete it. So in that case, you would click on My Dashboard. You would then choose the Configure Widgets option, and there's a delete option in there to get rid of that view. Now, once again, all the widgets and the dashboards, the arrangements are specific to each person on staff. So when you change these for yourself, you're only changing them for your view, right? You're not affecting anybody else's view, okay? All right, so let's jump ahead now. There are a few of the things really quickly. There's some new columns that have been added to the downloads for the birthday widget, referral type, sales, rates, patient status widget. We won't go into those in great detail. There's also a duplicate patient widget that I do want to point out. That widget is really handy because it enables you to obviously see if there are duplicate patients. So particularly if you maybe you had data in a previous system where that was common, or you've noticed some issues, that widget's going to help you very quickly look through your patient list and determine duplicate patients and get those resolved. If you have any questions about that, please let us know. We're happy to kind of walk you through and talk you through the process. All right, the HIPAA notice. So the HIPAA notice date is collected on the patient administration screen, but now it's visible in a few places. So we bring open a patient here. In fact, let's bring open the schedule. We can see right from the schedule, when I hover over Terry's appointment, that she has signed her HIPAA notice, and she signed it on December 5th, 2017. But John has not. Okay, so the idea here is that we want that reminder before the patient comes in for their appointment that we need to remind ourselves to make sure and get that HIPAA notice signed. Okay. It's also available within the patient's profile. So let's go ahead into this patient's profile under the patient summary option in the top left-hand corner. When I click there, you can see now the HIPAA notice is also visible here. Okay, and just a reminder, you collect the HIPAA notice date at the bottom of the patient administration screen. Most commonly, you would just click today, unless you're doing some sort of chart review as part of this. All right. There now is a return for credit date. That's optional, and it's included with the stock devices. So if you do intend to monitor your stock and make sure that any applicable devices are returned as needed, you can add the return for credit date when doing the quick add feature through the dashboard widget. When going through the line item list, you can view it in the line item list. You also can view it in the business report generator for stock devices. Another minor thing that may be important, we heard from you that some patients were getting a little confused with the email notifications in that it would previously say the start time is 1 o'clock and the finish time is 2 o'clock. What was happening is people were glancing at that and seeing the 2 o'clock and then arriving an hour late for their appointment. So what we did is we changed it so that now it just shows the start time and the duration. So in the example I gave, it would say start time 1 o'clock, duration 60 minutes. So hopefully to minimize, even though it probably was infrequent, we certainly don't want patients arriving at the wrong time for their appointments. So we really want to thank you all very much for all the different ideas, suggestions you have. We have a whole bunch more still in the hopper we're working on, but please keep them coming. Let us know if we can assist in any way. So give us a call, live chat us, email us. We're always happy to help. So thank you very much for joining us for the new feature summary for February 2018.